Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 3, Text 18. Ayājayad dharma-sutam ayājayad dharma-sutam aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ sopi kṣmām anujai rakṣan sopi kṣmām anujai rakṣan reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ ayājayad dharma-sutam aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ sopi kṣmām anujai rakṣan reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ ayājayad dharma-sutam aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ sopi kṣmām anujai rakṣan reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ ayājayad dharma-sutam anujai rakṣan reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ. Others? Ayājayad dharma-sutam aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ sopi kṣmām anujai rakṣan reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ. Ayājayad dharma-sutam aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ sopi kṣmām anujai rakṣan reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ. Ayājayad dharma-sutam aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ sopi kṣmām anujai rakṣan reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ. Ayājayat, made to perform. Dharma-sutam, by the son of Dharma, Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira. Aśvamedhaiḥ, by horse sacrifices. Tribhir, three. Vibhuḥ, the Supreme Lord. Saha, Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira. Api, also. Kṣmām, the earth. Anujai, assisted by his younger brothers. Rakṣan, protecting. Reme, enjoyed. kṛṣṇam, Kṛṣṇa, the personality of Godhead. Anuvrataḥ, constant follower. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charunarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Lord induced the son of Dharma to perform 3 horse sacrifices, and Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira, constantly following Kṛṣṇa, the personality of Godhead, protected and enjoyed the earth, assisted by his younger brothers. Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was the ideal monarchical representative on the earth because he was a constant follower of the Supreme Lord, Śrī Kṛṣṇa. As stated in the Vedas, Īśopaniṣad, the Lord is the proprietor of entire manifested cosmic creation, which presents a chance for the conditioned souls to revive their eternal relationship with the Lord and thus go back to Godhead, back home. The whole system of the material world is arranged with that program and plan. Anyone who violates the plan is punished by the law of nature, which is acting by the direction of the Supreme Lord. Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was installed on the throne of the earth as a representative of the Lord. The king is always expected to be the representative of the Lord. Perfect monarchy necessitates representation of the supreme will of the Lord. And Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was the ideal monarch on this supreme principle. Both the king and the subjects were happy in the discharge of worldly duties, and thus protection of the citizens and enjoyment of natural life with full cooperation of material nature followed in the reign of Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira and his worthy descendants like Mahārāja Parīkṣit. Om Jnānatimirandhasya Jnānāñjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Śrī Gurave Namaha. Śrī Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam dadati swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sarva Shastrabdi Piyusha Sarva Vedaika Shatphala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadhya Sarva Lokaika Drikprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Kalidhanto Ditaditya Śrī Kṛṣṇa Parivartita Paramananda Pathaya Prema Varshya Ksharayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Śrī Kṛṣṇaya Namastume Madheka Bandho Matasangi Madgaro Man Mahadhana Man Nistarak Madbhagyam Madananda Namostute Asadhu Sadhuta Dain Ati Nichocha Taraka Hanamuncha Kadachin Mam Premna Hritkantayo Spura. Hare Krishna. So before that I speak anything, I'd like to beg for mercy and blessings from all assembled Vaishnavas, specifically most senior Vaishnavas, assembled Srila Prabhupada disciples, and very veteran Vaishnavas like Rameshwar Prabhuji. There, so because this is just for the sake of service, I was doing this Charnamrit Seva down, and I was told that Prabhu, if you could speak something. So, okay. Hare Krishna. So, if something good comes out, that's all the credit of Srila Prabhupada's purports and Srila Prabhupada. And all the wrongs you should understand. So, kindly forgive me. So, this is the section, Lord's pastimes out of Vrindavan. So, very beautifully, the two pastimes have been put in a separate chapter, as it should be. Also, we see in Srila Rupa Goswami writing this drama, right? Vidagdha Madhav and Lalit Madhav. He was told by Satyabhama directly that we don't make it together, make it a separate book. The separate chapter is there. The pastimes outside of Vrindavan and Lord's pastimes out of Vrindavan. So here we see the battlefield of Kurukshetra is over, and before that, Lord has saved Parīkṣit Maharaj, the Puru's descendant. So Parīkṣit Maharaj being saved, and after that, Lord actually makes dharma Yudhiṣṭhira Maharaj to perform 3 this aśvamedhaiḥ sacrifices: ayājayad, dharma-sutam, aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ. So 3 aśvamedh sacrifices were made to be performed by Krishna. So many reasons, because of course Yudhiṣṭhira Maharaj was thinking that I am the culprit behind this whole battle, whole massacre. So he was not satisfied, so Lord made him to do this aśvamedh sacrifices. Of course he was not satisfied. He was himself telling that how a bottle of the wine could be again cleansed by wine. I have already performed so much of sinful activities in purview of karma kanda, right? This all things comes under karma kanda. So again another karma kanda, Rajas, what's called aśvamedh sacrifice, in which again the killing of horse will take place. So one killing can never be counteracted by another killing. It's still, that was the process. So Lord made that to take place. Aśvamedhais tribhir vibhuḥ. Sopi kṣmām anujai rakṣan reme kṛṣṇam anuvrataḥ. So he enjoyed this, Yudhiṣṭhira Maharaj enjoyed this world, this earth, being followed by his brothers. So Srila Prabhupada speaks in Purport that Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was the ideal monarchical representative on the earth because he was a constant follower of the Supreme Lord. Anuvrataḥ. So this is the qualification of Yudhiṣṭhira Maharaj. So Yudhiṣṭhira Maharaj's only mission was to establish Krishna in this earth as Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Krishna mission is the same also. Krishna mission and Krishna's mission and devotee's mission is non-different. The same mission, to establish Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So of course we see that devotees they do, but actually it is all things performed by Krishna alone, through his devotees. So that's why it is told ayājayad dharma-sutam. So Krishna made that thing to perform. So this should be actually the goal of all the devotees, that how to see Krishna to be glorified more and more. So this is what we see here, Yudhiṣṭhira Maharaj. Of course, even before battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Rajasura sacrifice takes place. So it was desire of Yudhiṣṭhira Maharaj that the first verses should be happening for whom? Lord Krishna only. And that was desire of Yudhiṣṭhira Maharaj, to spread the glories of the Lord. So here we see Śrī Kṛṣṇa, as stated in Veda, Īśopaniṣad, the Lord is the proprietor of entire manifested cosmic creation, which presents a chance for the conditioned souls to revive their eternal relationship with the Lord and thus go back to Godhead, back home. So the whole purpose of creation is this only, that how people could be more and more Krishna conscious. So how people could be more Krishna conscious unless Lord is glorified? The more Lord will be glorified, the more people will be Krishna conscious. So this is actually the mission of Supreme Personality of Godhead as well as devotees. That's why the devotees, those who are in rounds order, they keep moving from one place to another place. A very beautiful sloka. It is that how people of this world, they are suffering in this material world. Every day they are suffering. Life after life they are suffering. The devotee, they go from one place to another just for the sake of their deliverance. Jana Śrī Kṛṣṇa vimukhaśya daivat adharma-sīlasya sudukhitasya. So people are suffering, and the purpose of this whole creation is to somehow or other give the chance to the people in general so that they could know about Krishna. They could remember Krishna. So this is actually the goal of a Vaishnava. That how Lord should be glorified more and more. This is the only mission into their life. Only mission is what? Bolo Krishna, Bhaju Krishna, Kuru Krishna Sikha. Yes, that's no other mission. Chant Hare Krishna and spread Hare Krishna. And there is no other mission into their life. This is the only thing they are actually, Lord also comes here for that purpose, to glorify His own self. To glorify His own self. Why He glorify His own self? He has to do this. He is most humble heart. Krishna is most humble soul, right? Of course, He is super soul, but He is most humble. But still, we are so stubborn that we do not understand that whole Vedas glorify Krishna only. And he has to come and Bhagavad Gita he has to say himself, Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Even devotees also feel ashamed to glorify his own self. That Lord has to take this position to glorify his own self for us. That so many people are saying that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Krishna never says like that. But Krishna says there. Krishna says. So this is the goal of devotees, that how to make this effort to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in this way, there is a perfect team of Krishna and Supreme Personality of Godhead, so that he could be glorified. Krishna could be glorified. More and more people could understand about Krishna. And in this way, the purpose of this material universe will get fulfilled. The purpose of material universe is only one, that to give chance to the people in general so that they could return home back to Godhead. Otherwise, it's a horrible thing here. Everything is horrible. Jana mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darsanam. The people, they have this constant annihilation taking place. That's nitya pralaya. Every moment we are dying. Every moment we are changing. The number of trillions of cells are getting replenished with newer cells. We are changing. What we are seeing right now, one Prabhu, we understand that this Prabhu is looking like this, but just moment delta t, it's changed. Nothing is constant. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. We are dying every day, but we are not able to understand it. We are dying. It's the 4 types of pralaya which is mentioned in the 11th canto. The first pralaya is this, that we see, we are undergoing it. We are not undergoing this. Being soul, we cannot understand. But being in the conception of this material body, we are understanding ourselves to be the material body. We are undergoing this nitya pralaya, eternal pralaya. And of course, there are 3 more horrible pralaya that takes place after some time. Like one pralaya is called, what's called kalpantar pralaya, namittik pralaya. One is called, what's called ultimate pralaya. The whole universe only gets into Mahavishnu, right? So before that it takes place, there is a description that how this material world is actually, this whole world is actually made to be poured down with water so much. Then the whole earth is actually absorbed by water. And water is being absorbed by fire, and fire being absorbed by air, and air gets absorbed in the sky, and the sky gets absorbed in the false ego gets absorbed into Mahatattva gets into Pradhan gets into Mahavishnu gets into Krishna. Right? So everything is coming from Krishna, and one by one everything expands, and we are here put into different bodies, and we are doing different pastimes. Pastimes of what? Forgetting Krishna. Whatever we are doing is actually simply just wastage of time. That's it. And we are doing it. So this is only one goal of Krishna, to expand himself. Every millennia he comes. Every millennia he sends his own devotees. He does many pastimes to give chance to the people in general so that they could understand Krishna in tattvataha. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo janati tattvataha tattva deham punarjanma naiti mameti suvarjanam. So this is the only goal. This would be the only goal for Vaishnavas. Here Śrīla Prabhupada goes ahead. Anyone who violates the plan is punished by the law of nature, which is acting by the direction of the Supreme Lord. Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was installed on the throne of earth as a representative of the Lord. The king is always expected to be the representative of the Lord. The perfect monarchy necessitates representation of the supreme will of the Lord. And Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was the ideal monarch on this supreme principle. So both the king and the subjects were happy in the discharge of worldly duties, and thus protection of the citizens and enjoyment of natural life with full cooperation of material nature followed in the reign of Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira. So this is actually goal. This should be actually the purpose of monarchy, or this should be the purpose of any government, whether it is democracy or monarchy or whatever, communism. The goal should be that how Krishna should be glorified, how Lord Rama should be glorified, right? So automatically everything takes place. I mean, everything, take their own place and their own respective. So here we see both the king and the subjects were happy in the discharge of worldly duties, and thus protection of the citizens and the enjoyment of natural life with full cooperation of material nature was followed in the reign of Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira and his worthy descendants like Parīkṣit Maharaj. So these are the some few things that came out in my mind, and I just spoke very spontaneously. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So if any comment, any chastisement, Hare Krishna, it's upon you. So we have a good amount of time with us. So better to have some. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for stepping up
Thank you, Prabhuji.
at the very last minute to deliver this class today. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
I had some memory that there were some other descriptions in the Srimad Bhagavatam of this event of Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira performing this, the most lavish of all the Vedic sacrifices, the most costly, the most difficult to execute, 3 different times. So I don't know if the devotees, I don't know if you have this, I'm sorry, give me 1 second. The pocket Vedas.
Pocket Veda?
Well, I noticed many devotees read along
Yeah.
on some device. So whatever they're reading, I just wanted to refer you all to the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, chapter number 12, text number 34. So I know that's not in your volume, because you have the 3rd canto there. But do you have a device that
Yes.
gives you that?
Yeah. There is sloka here. 34?
Yeah, 34. So here, Srila Prabhupada describes in the purport why Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was so overwhelmed that he felt he had to do this. The Battle of Kurukshetra had been won, and he had now been installed as the emperor of the earth. And he's such a devotee, such an amazing devotee. He's thinking, all these millions, tens and millions and soldiers, whatever the number was, they have all died just to install me as an emperor. He felt overwhelmed. And Prabhupada says in the purport, he felt as the new monarch, it was his responsibility to take upon himself all the sinful reactions from all the sins that occurred during this warfare. We can't imagine that. He's taking it upon himself, all these sinful reactions, so that it will not affect the kingdom, it will not affect material nature, it will not affect the happiness and peace and prosperity of those in the kingdom, the earth. So he's taking it on himself. And Prabhupada says that's the reason he performed this sacrifice, to appeal to all the to the Supreme Lord and his agents that are responsible for observing sins and giving reactions to sinful acts, to appease them, so that the kingdom, the people, the earth would not suffer. And the other thing that's interesting in Prabhupada's purport in the earlier canto is when he describes the actual yajna, when finally the horse is placed into the fire. Through mantras by excellent Brahmins, that horse, great, grand, beautiful horse, is regenerated in a new lifespan as a horse, comes right out of the fire with a new, fresh duration of life. So it's not animal killing or animal slaughter when we read that there's a animal sacrifice, a horse sacrifice. So those are two interesting points from that purport that add to what you have spoken.
Thank you so much. Yes, Dhanvastri.
Very nice class, Prabhu. There's a very interesting quote from the Navadvita Mahatmya about aśvamedhaiḥ sacrifices. This is Lord Nitaichandra taking Jiva Goswami and Parikrama, and he says that every step in Sridham Mayapur is the equivalent of hundreds and thousands of aśvamedhaiḥ sacrifices. So it's really good for you to go on japa walks. Navadvita Mahatmya. That's Bhaktivinoda Thakur's every step in Sridham Mayapur is the equivalent of hundreds and thousands of aśvamedhaiḥ sacrifices. So that's why Sridhar Chaitanya Prabhu always goes on a japa walk every morning.
That's true.
That's right. So you're welcome to go on a japa walk with us. Yeah. That's good. There's another quote from Navadvita Mahatmya that in Kali Yuga, the Shakti of Sridham Mayapur is the greatest of all the dhams. And as Kali Yuga progresses, that Shakti keeps increasing. So you'll experience that on the japa walks.
Yes, please.
Thank you for that. Amazing. Almost mind-boggling reference. Thank you. When Prabhupada wrote in the earlier Bhagavatam purport, one thing I didn't mention is the quantity of gold that is required for performing this sacrifice. Now, when we think of storehouses of gold right now in the Kali Yuga, we can hardly think of anything that adds up to something. I'm from North America, and there's this army base, Fort Knox it's called, and the American gold bullion is stored there. And that would probably be one fraction, all of it, of what had to be collected and been part of this aśvamedhaiḥ yajna sacrifice. That's how opulent the earth was just one yuga ago.
Just
Things have really deteriorated, but that gold was actually available. So,
Jai. Grandar Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Samved Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki. Gaur Premanande.